So for everyone that I haven't gotten a chance to speak with yet, my name is Sean Chilson. I am the Regional Field Director for the Northeast. Basically, I am the eyes and ears for the NCGOP and the RNC in the Northeast region, basically first and second new congressional districts. Like we mentioned before, Butterfield retired today. The NRCC has the second district as one of the top 10 districts we're fighting for in the country. I've worked on congressional races like that before. One of them, it came down to 144 votes, decided who was in Congress. So the way I like breaking it down, if you look at Trump's win in Michigan in 2016, statewide 10,500 votes. If you break that down by precinct, that's about 2 or 3 voters a precinct. If you break it down to the actual polling location, it's about 1 voter every other polling location. So if all you do all year is get 1 extra person registered to get them to go out and vote, scale that up across the state, that controls us in the White House. But this year, we're in a position where we can get a veto-proof supermajority in the state legislature. So if you don't like what Governor Cooper's doing, if we can flip those seats, if we can get Republicans in there, we pick up our judicial seats. By the Constitution for the state, there's nothing we can do with these kneecaps. Also, everything we do, everything we're doing with our program, I'm taking all of the institutional knowledge, everything field staffers do. I want to train as many volunteers on the ground so they know what's going on. So you don't need me to be here. You understand how to organize people, how to get them motivated, and it's different in every community. You know what the voters want to talk about, what they care about. I don't. Field staff, they move all around, so I need to rely on you to tell me what matters, what's the best way we can get volunteers out, what do we talk with them about. It's not just the top of the ticket either. Raise your hand if you like what happened in Virginia. Yeah, so we're going to do that here, but it takes time and it takes work. And it's not all about the top of the ticket all the time. What I'm concerned about is getting as many Republican voters to the polls as possible. If people care about the Senate race, we'll not, of course, make phone calls for the Senate race. If in your community there's a school board race, a county commissioner race, where that will get more people out, that's what we will organize around because we need to get as many voters as possible in the polls. With everything that happened last year, the Democrats are counting on us to be discouraged and to not turn out and vote. That makes it easier for them to do all the shenanigans that they're best at. The best way we can fight that is keeping the same turnout as last year. As far as voter registration goes in the Northeast, 30,000 would make North Carolina by registrations an R+5 state. Right now, despite our voting record, the Democrats have an advantage. Stacey Abrams is on the ground and she's targeting the 2nd Congressional District in particular. Because all they care about is getting Democrats registered and getting them to the polls. We're not just fighting to get our officials in, we're fighting against them every day. And it's not complicated. The easiest way to do it, if you can get 10 people out to vote this year, that's how we're going to win. One of your friends can get 5 or 6, 10 people out on their own. That's how we scale it up, and it doesn't have to be this big, complicated ordeal. It's just about talking to people, meeting them where they're at. Again, with voter registrations, you can take a stack. I have a whole training. I can run you through how to do that. We had one volunteer go to church one Sunday. She brought a stack of forms, got 8 registrations from people that moved, got married and changed their name. A lot of people don't remember to re-register after that. That's a big one. If you have high school students, if they are older than 16 years old now, and they will be 18 on or before Election Day, they're allowed to register early. As far as the March primaries go, the registration deadline is February 11th. So in North Carolina, it's 25 days before the election. So if you know someone that wants to get out, get motivated, make sure their vote counts. Register. If anyone's around for Thanksgiving, get them registered, have a stack of forms with you. If anyone's around for Christmas, it doesn't have to be this whole big ordeal. Are you registered at your current address? The state has a voter lookup, like we have with the computers outside. Make sure some people forget, some people don't realize they've been unaffiliated for years. If you have Democratic friends and they're upset with the party and the way it's going, maybe they're not ready to register as a Republican, but they can send that message by changing their affiliation from Democrat to unaffiliated. It sends the same message, and as an unaffiliated voter, they can now choose if they want to vote in the Republican primary or stick with the Democratic Party, depending on how the candidates are. So I have a couple things going around because we can make action on this today. The first one I have a couple petitions, and I'll get those sent around. It's going on with inflation. The cost of living, especially with Thanksgiving this year, it's ridiculous. So just please sign the petition. It's something I send up to the RNC every week. They need to know what voters care about in the community. And if a lot of people are upset with the cost of living and we get voters to put ink to paper and say that, that's going to go far. It's going to help. So when we target our ads, when we get people out, their surrogates talking, we need to know what the voters care about. At the same day, too, I'm willing to sit down with anyone that wants to work with me. I will walk you through how our program works. We will find a way for you to get involved.